Hello everyone and welcome. In this video I'm going to cover when I think it is the best time to ascend. What I mean by that is there are certain buildings in this game that have another level above their top level. Or if they're only one level, there is an ascended version. For example, during the last couple of events, we have received Ascension kits that you can use to get to this next ascended level for a lot of the buildings. Some of them are the Harvest Hub or the Green Guardians. We just had Golden Dragon Gongs, and I believe Golden Dragon Gongs and Golden Bells. That's it. So I wanted to go over when I think it would be the best time to get these ascended levels to your buildings. And right now, it's Wednesday night. I'm recording this video, and tomorrow morning, there is the beginning of the championship for Guild Battleground. And I know, at least because my guild is a fairly high level guild, that there is definitely going to be a lot of fights. There's going to be a lot of opportunity to just burn through units and fight as many times as you possibly can without getting to the top level of attrition that you can possibly get to. In the past, I've gotten up to level 200. I've done a video on that. There's been other times where I've gotten up to 210, 220. I'm not sure off the top of my head what the actual limit is, but during this championship, I'm going to try to reach it. And I'm going to do that by, as I mentioned before, going up to these ascension levels for a lot of these buildings. Now, there's never a perfect time to ascend because a lot of these ascension buildings also give bonuses and start bonuses for quantum incursion. If you know the cycles of Guild Battleground and quantum incursion, they do not align. Quantum incursion starts the Thursday opposite of the start of Guild Battleground. So they overlap often, but there's never a time where you can have all of your ascended buildings start and you're not halfway through one or the other. So in my opinion, I think because of the start aspect of the quantum incursion, I'm going to place all of my ascended buildings and upgrade to the ascended levels now because a lot of these ascensions last for 30 days. If you didn't catch it, the Harvest Hub lasts for 10 days, and so that one is probably the only one that I will start next Wednesday night, just before the start of the next quantum incursion. But for the most part, all of these last 30 days. And these aren't the only buildings or upgrades that last for 30 days. So there's also one of my favorite buildings, the Forgotten Temple. And the Forgotten Temple lasts 28 days. And the best thing about it is that it provides 20% forge point collection. So I'm trying to stack all of these upgrades so that they're all going at the same time. And obviously that's because I want to get the absolute most out of these limited time buildings as possible. So Forgotten Temple, in addition to this Forge Point Collection boost, also has boosts to your normal army, Guild Battleground army, which, like I said, I'm going to try to go very, very hard on this championship, and also Quantum Incursion. So I have that. There's also Tourney Grounds, which I have 19 of. I have not placed these in a very long time. These are similar to Forgotten Temple. They don't have the Forge Point Collection boost, and they don't have the normal army boost, but they do have a boost to Guild Expedition. This is only 14 days long, which is fine because since I have so many, I can place however many I need to, and then after 14 days is up, I can basically place the same amount again, and that will get me to the 28 days of the Forgotten Temple limited building. So let's go back to the Ascension, or the Ascended buildings, if I can spell it correctly. And like I said, a lot of these have quantum incursion boosts. So Blueberry Field has, at the start of the incursion, 5 additional quantum units. But in addition to that, you can kind of see the army boosts go up, forge points go up, random units go up. A lot of things are increased. And so this kind of ties back to what I said before about having these going during that forge point collection boost as well, because basically I'm doubling the forge point collection of the Blueberry Field and then multiplying it again by my forge point boost. So I'm not sure how many forge points I'm going to get during each daily collection, but I'm assuming it's going to be very high, which is good because I have a lot of great buildings that take a lot of forge points. The 2 Space Age Space Hub great buildings, the Cosmic Catalyst and the Space Warship, the Stellar Warship, both of those take tens of thousands of forge points. So hopefully I can get those leveled up. The other thing I wanted to cover was the reason why I stack Forgotten Temples, and not just place them, one after the other, is that I have special items that are finished special production. So there's a finish special production item, and I believe the other one is called just finish all special production right here. And I have 9 of those, and I didn't catch how many I had of the finished special. 308. So the reason why I stack all of those Forgotten Temples is so that I can basically, again, focus during these next 28 days getting as many forge points as I possibly can at one time instead of spreading it out over, months on end. So there's 2 buildings right now that are producing a very high amount of forge points. The first one I've just received from this last event, the summer event. It's called Queen Anne's Legacy. It is currently producing 464 forge points. I'm almost positive that is with my current forge point boost, which I think right now is at like 13 or 14%, so not very high, but 464 forge points per collection is pretty good. The other building that I have is the Eternal Market. It's the Neon Horizon level. I missed out on a few fragments during one of the previous events, so I'm not at the next level up, which is unfortunate because then it would definitely be producing more forge points than the Queen Anne's Legacy. But I think I'm going to focus on finishing this special building multiple times because not only does it have the 459 forge points, but it also has 480 goods and 480 previous age goods. So the trick is I would click on my blue galaxy, and that will give me 15 collections that have a 71% chance of doubling. So click on that. The next 15 times I collect, I will double the collection. So I'll collect from the Eternal Market. If it doubles, 459 twice over is 918. And so I have a chance of doing that 15 times. Obviously, the reset for this building is 24 hours, but with my finished special building, I can reset it immediately. And that's where the 308 come in, because I'm going to have to do it 15 times over 28 days. If you've done the math, 308 is not enough. You need over 400. But luckily, I am receiving finished special production fragments from a lot of other buildings in my city for every collection. So the hope is over the next however many days that 300 divides into 15, which I believe is 20, over those 20 days, I can collect enough fragments to then create enough finished special production items for the last 8. So, I know I've been rambling. Hopefully this has been informative. At this point, I don't think I have anything else to cover unless the one other thing that I wanted to do was do a speed run in Guild Expedition. I preemptively chose Trial 30. I've done Trial 30 before. It was extremely difficult with just my flat city with normal bonuses. I'm hoping that with all of the other Ascended buildings and Forgotten Temples and anything else I'm able to place, I can speedrun Trial 30 all in one go. I will most likely be doing that video next because I am desperately trying to get a couple more fragments for my 6th Forgotten Temple. So I have 190, I need 10 more, and you receive Forgotten Temple fragments from Guild Expedition. So if I get 10 more fragments, then I can place 6, and instead of 100% boost, in addition to what I have, I can get 120% boost, which is even better. So I can go through my boosts right now very quickly. They've added to the boost overview. They now have pretty much every boost that you could possibly have, I think. Coin production, supply production. I'm not going to read them out loud, but if you care to just take a look as I scroll down, a lot of the army boosts are in the 10,000 or higher range, which I'm very proud of, especially since, as you've seen before, I do not have the most efficient city. I try my best to have the most efficient city, but I also want to have every great building in the game, so those two things do not mix. So we have all of my different boosts, and so now I will log off for a second. I will be back, and hopefully this big section here in the middle will be filled with new Ascended buildings and Forgotten Temples. So give me a quick second, and I'll be right back. And I'm back, everyone. I've just placed a good number of Ascended buildings. I also had some Ascension upgrade kits, as you saw in my inventory. So some of the buildings that I already had placed got an upgrade themselves. So at this point, we'll just do a quick boost overview again, and then I'll jump into some other stuff that I'll include in some future videos. Coin production, supply production haven't gone up very much. Forge point production obviously went up a good amount. Octo orbs is the one thing that I forgot to mention. Very high cost for population, but very small footprint. So pretty cool to have the plus 2% to forge point production, and also a plus 2% to goods production, which I have never seen before Octo Orb. Then you have the attacking and city defenders. You have the guild battleground, guild expedition. These are up to 12,000 for attack and over 10,000 for defense. So hopefully that'll get me through trial 30 all the way to the end of level 5. Quantum incursion has gone up quite a bit. I would say almost double of what I had before, which is great, but the best thing is the next quantum incursion start, I'll have not only coin production and supply production boosts, but coins and supplies themselves. 170,000 addition at the start, 147,000 supply addition at the start. along with 170 goods. I believe that is 170 additional each good, and then additional 85 units. And again, I believe that's an additional 85 of each unit. So an additional 85 light, heavy, artillery, so on. So I am very excited for next season to start. I think it's going to be prolific. But yeah, so I won't keep it very much longer than that. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any comments or questions or anything else regarding Ascension or Forgotten Temples, please leave a comment below, and we'll discuss down there. Other than that, that's the end of this video. As always, keep on jamming.